You're on a Retro Trek with the Caramel Apples podcast, the apple snack that brings you a retro vibe, both crunchy and sweet, with your hosts Kennedy Rizzo and Cooper Lee.
Oh my goodness, yes, it's that time again, where people, families are scurrying around between a variety of big box stores.
What's the matter with you?
Big box stores. Yeah, my tongue's scurrying around, apparently.
I didn't know that was a tongue twister.
Right? But where were we? Oh yes, that's right. Malls.
Yes.
And we're talking about malls, the ones that are still holding on by a thread, because there are still some, peppered in here and there around the country.
Yeah.
But we definitely have a lot of strip malls, storefronts aplenty, both physical as well as online. Well, let's be honest, especially the ones online, we're completely honest.
Yeah.
But something that's been mounting in popularity in recent years is the buy now, pay later option, or the Bnpl. This has actually been a go-to option for shoppers everywhere to quickly get what they want.
Yeah, correct, Kennedy. But, before we get into this interesting, quote-unquote, go all out buying turn of events, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Check out what's new going down in the Retro Orchard on all the socials. We love hearing from you. Also to give us a regular dose of our favorite cup of joe. Go to buymeacoffee.com/RetroTrekwithTheCaramelApples to give us a well-deserved caffeine boost. We appreciate you more than you know, so thanks a lot, Dave, for stopping by.
Would that be buy B-Y, or is that buy B-U-Y? Let's just go with the caramel option, B-U-Y. We're nuts, I know.
It works.
But many people are back to the mad dash of overcrowding many shopping spaces, buying gifts for the folks they know and care for. This is clearly in full swing this season, currently due to the average consumer being inundated with commercials, ads aplenty, for pretty much any tangible item going. Yeah, you see a pretty new coat calling your name? Grab it. A pair of boots or pump heels you just can't seem to pass up? Click buy. Whether one chooses to visit a brick and mortar establishment or something much more convenient and popular, doing some convenient online shopping in the privacy of work or your own home, no doubt you've seen or have been presented with the option of piecemealing your payments over time with the pay-as-you-go, afterpay, buy now, pay later option. Well, I know I've seen them. It's been showing up more during the checkout experience in recent years. I've been intrigued on whether if this is a popular go-to for people to get those desired items in their hands quicker by selecting that option without over worrying about the stress of paying it off later or as you go, at least in the present. Thoughts, Coop?
Well, it's funny that you should ask. You're like, oh, she's gonna tell me what she thinks.
Right.
So the buy now, pay now later, the BNPL, is likely the easiest borrowing experience most consumers will ever have. With an option at checkout to split your purchase into a down payment and subsequently installment payments every 2 weeks or so, you get the merch and an easy pay plan all at once. Mm-hmm. So it's a pitch that's quite a bit of consumers are embracing. A recent financial findings report shared that more than 10 billion in seasonal purchases will be made with BNPL, up to 9% from last
That's
year.
nuts.
It is. And half of seasonal shoppers said they'll use BNPL this year, according to a popular financial survey. And 1 in 4 Gen Z and millennial shoppers use it regularly.
Okay, how interesting.
100% interesting. Crazy.
It is. I was taken aback a few years ago when I saw this option on many favorite online sites when checking out that this is a clear and encouraged option for the consumer to obtain what they're after,
Mhm.
without worrying about paying for items all at once. It's very interesting, too, the focused demographic in which this has risen in popularity.
Ah, yes. Yes, the millennials and Gen Z. Wait, what? You mean not us oldsters?
Them again? No.
No, 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 no! No, please! No!
Get off my lawn. Anyway, um, we remember well this similar type of phenomena back in the day at big box stores. At the time, it was referred to as layaway.
That's right, layaway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Coop and I remember this fondly.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it was such a nice thing to be provided, because not everybody had however much just shell out immediately.
Mhm.
But it is interesting the way it has flopped, because now you do still get the purchase prior to having it all paid off, but back then you did not get the purchase until it was paid off.
Exactly. And we're going to open this up a little wider because we remember Mom was a huge fan of this layaway.
Mm-hmm.
And it really was, like you said, a viable option for those struggling families that needed some wiggle room in order to purchase necessary items for the home, for us with family clothing, for children's clothes and shoes, for like back to school time and all that. But the caveat, as Coop said, with the old school concept of layaway is that you didn't get to take your shopping or items home until the bill was eventually paid in full. So that's kind of cool because that would keep people kind of in line, keep them in focus on what their financial goals would be in purchasing items and not going overboard.
Yeah, so question, because we were quite young. Do you remember that if you could kind of set it up on your own schedule, right? Or did the store have a schedule that you could go with? Because I don't remember how long you could keep something in
I
layaway.
don't know, but there probably was a time limit, no doubt.
Okay. Okay.
But hopefully we can get some intel on that from our listeners. But um, we, like you said, folks could easily get their items they could pay in installments. Not super certain again of the time limits in which they were to do this because if someone even back then didn't make good on their initial commitment, now this we do know, pretty sure they'd put the items back into general inventory or rotation.
Hmm.
So again, would the consumer be able to get a percentage of their money back if that happened?
Mm.
We can't remember. We were young. I mean,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, we can no longer go to the go-to source that actually was a fan of this. So again, do any of you Orchard archivers recall just how the process of layaway went? Weigh in.
Having prefaced that, being a potential similar lingering concern, back to our topic this chat, we may ask, what's the problem with buy now, pay later? In short, it's pretty much shadow debt with a lot of risk.
There we go.
Gosh. Mounting risk, right? Like you shudder to think about
You
it.
do.
The BNPL is generally a huge risk for just about every consumer if one doesn't approach this carefully.
Yes, everyone needs to be careful, very careful. We're not kidding. Yeah, this can get you. This can hook you.
Shh.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, just the fact that you can use like online options to even pay for it in advance, like the fact you don't have to go to a physical establishment to get something,
Mm-hmm.
change the dynamic of it,
Yeah.
you know. Even returning something now is a lot easier than what it used to be back in the
And
day.
Coop's a fan of
Like,
Mm.
I do.
Coop's a bit of a shopper.
Now, I will say this. I hope whatever items I buy, I love, right? But I will not hesitate to return it
She gets that
if
from
I don't like
moms. Oh yeah, she gets that from
it.
moms.
100%. I will return it if I don't like it. But I really do, in hopes, like it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy something I did not think I wanted.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Back to this topic. You know, we'll be real about it. In regards to purchasing ease of BNPL fosters,
Mm-hmm.
questionably, the BNPL phenomenon targets the younger demographic, most popular with consumers under the age of 40, as we've initially stated.
Yes. Much like the aforementioned old school layaway concept previously set in place for the struggling consumer to still have the ability to do a bit of shopping without feeling the initial pinch of spending all of it in one fell swoop. The current buy now, pay later or afterpay is commonly a pay in four installment loan, and in those instances is commonly interest free. So that's kind of gives you a little lift in the thoughts of buying or shopping in this way. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, for example, a shopper may go and buy a $400 item, pay $100 at checkout, and then make three additional payments of $100 every couple of weeks.
Mm.
Yeah, so that sounds like an appealing option for most. But who would really enjoy the perks of such an option?
Well, one vice president who regularly reviews credit risk at a well known risk solutions establishment stated in an interview, and I quote, and then consumers with damaged credit are more likely to find buy now, pay later appealing, in part because it offers far more affordable access to credit than some others. More traditional credit products like credit cards or installment loans do. End quote.
Credit cards.
What's the matter with you?
He also stated that BNPL is being marketed to serve nearly every U.S. consumer segment. So credit profiles obviously vary. That means there is a wide variance in interest rates. That's the scary right there.
Uh oh, go on.
Yeah, he does go on. And I quote, but generally speaking, we're talking about interest rates that are far lower than what any U.S. consumer with their given credit history might be able to access when they're looking at a line of credit, a credit card,
Credit card.
or a loan. And so that was end quote. So every BNPL purchase is an individual loan. So if a typical shopper buys, say, 10 items with it, rather than with a credit card, that's 10 individual loans, each with its own interest rate, possible late fees, and perhaps additional charges. Oh, start swirling.
Oh yeah, because this is what we just said. This is appealing to the younger generations, millennials, Gen Zers. This is a lot of financial mumbo jumbo, but this is what you have to consider when you are just swiping that card or pushing click to buy, because it will quietly add up while you're enjoying yourself.
And that's it.
Yeah,
Because you have the instant gratification that your item's on its way.
that's right. And
Instant gratification.
time to go back to the computer, the laptop, or whatever, the phone. Do it on our phones.
Well, even if you look at a purchase of like a car, right? Like you're excited about your new car. You can't wait. You can't wait. And then, when those payments start settling in, because most people don't buy, straight cash out for a brand new car. So after maybe 6 months of payments, you still like the car, but do you love it as much when
Right.
that payment is every, just You had the instant gratification, and now you have the recourse. Now you got to deal with it.
Yes.
And like in your example before, you said, what if it's a $400 item? $400 is really nothing to sneeze at for the common person.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you get 3 or 4 of those, or 10 items that are around $400. They're all on their way, but like, oh my, you can see how dangerous this can be.
Yeah, but wait,
Oh.
there's more, so much more.
And he continues, and I quote, most consumers take advantage of whatever company is being offered at the point of checkout, whether it's more commonly online or in person. That means these loans get spread across many different providers.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And it's difficult for consumers to keep track of how many loans they have opened. When are those payments occurring? That creates this shadow debt that has a lot of risk.
Yeah.
So when the loan payments are drafted from a shopper's checking account, it may be too late to realize they overspent. Okay, for example, let's say they find out that their rent payment just bounced because the day before they wrote that rent check, unbeknownst to the consumer, they had 3 buy now, pay later payments due on different loans.
Mm-hmm.
That Chanel purse isn't looking so cute anymore.
What do you mean?
Can't live in your purse. Can't live in your purse. So that money was withdrawn from the checking account, and now they don't have the money to pay rent. Oh my gosh.
Ouch. That would be terrible.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, what a sinking feeling that really would be. It's very risky. I don't know about you, Coop, but like I've mentioned just a bit ago, I've seen that option and thought instantly, no way.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm here to buy something, I'm buying outright. No piecemealing payments, or I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
One and done for this chick, because I can keep track of that with this crazy brain. But I'm serious, that borderline makes me squirm a bit at just the thought of how insidiously this option is crafted in order to hook some unbeknownst. If you believe you have the means to buy and purchase something, hey, okay, no big deal. But if you don't, or have other pressing obligations in life to care for, like groceries or rent, like Coop's example there perhaps, maybe it'd be best to delay that purchase for until later. This obviously can draw the reckless and or inexperienced in.
I agree, Kennedy. I totally agree. We're turning into such oldsters.
Get off my lawn!
But it's a safer mindset when it comes to shopping and making purchases, much smarter, if you will. Buy now, pay later promises all you can want today without needing all the money up front. And this elevated shopping season, in the face of rising prices, don't forget that.
Yeah, that too.
And okay, what might have cost you $50, maybe a year ago is probably at least 75, even approaching maybe 100 by now.
Mm-hmm.
And other economic challenges, consumers may be tempted to turn to these loans to afford gifts without meaningful underwriting or fully understanding that what they impulsively seek can turn into serious debt and mounting fees. It's always a good rule of thumb to do a bit of homework to avail yourself to smarter options if you must spend on anything.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of even reminds me of like the Home Shopping Network. This might have been a prime ready opportunity for people to kind of get used to, because on the Home Shopping Networks, a lot of times they'll be like, you can split your payment up in 4 easy installments or 5 easy installments.
That's right.
And then they add in and it's free shipping, but still you get your item quick. So I wonder if this is kind of off at that. But I think it's interest-free payments. But still, you have to pay the piper at some point. If you default or something, there's always going to be, they'll get their money one way or the other.
Yeah.
So
There's always a hook.
absolutely. And I don't know. I know if, like you were saying, if you're online and you're there to purchase something, you're going to pay for it outright.
Yes.
And obviously, buying online, you're using a credit card, or you can always go and get a um,
Gift
one
card.
of the gift cards.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, and then it is truly already paid off.
Yeah.
But I pay my credit card every month. I pay
Mm-hmm.
it off every month, so there's no rolling debt. So, however way you can figure it out, because it is the sign of where we are in technology stream of time. But yeah, you just got to be really, really smart about it. You want to share with our listeners what might be a good trade off from using buy now, pay later?
Oh, of course. Of course. I'd actually like to share a couple of trade offs, as Coop said. Um, there are a few safer options that ones can entertain if they need a financial source quickly in order to do some seasonal shopping. So think about a 0% APR credit card. Using a credit card that offers an introductory 0% APR can be an excellent option for or against the BNPL or the buy now pay later option. All your purchases will be included in a single statement. And if you pay off your charges during the 0% promotional period, you won't incur interest charges because that's where they get you. Yeah. Another option would be obtaining a personal loan or sometimes called a signature loan because no collateral is involved. A personal loan can finance your purchases with an interest rate that is often lower than that of credit cards. Buyer beware though. There's one caveat or downside. You may be financing your debt for up to 7 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So please use this one with caution and care.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And the next option is definitely the smarter way to go because it involves some forethought and planning. Enter stage left, the savings account. Good old fashioned savings. Possibly the best option because it doesn't require additional debt.
Mhm.
You'll limit your spending to what you have already saved and earned interest on what's left over. And lastly, this is a fairly popular option as well, and that's the Payday Alternative Loan, the PAL.
Mm.
So while you definitely want to steer clear of typical payday loans, that's a whole nother topic in its own right. But the Payday Alternative Loan option is offered to members of credit unions. It's a small balance loan with repayment periods typical up to 6 months. You also receive favorable credit union interest rates, which is always a win.
That is.
So just yeah, I mean they're actually pretty cool, I think. Just a couple of things we wanted to share briefly in our chat session today.
Yeah, we're definitely old school raised by our old school mama. We're just wanting and recklessly buying stuff wasn't so much the norm as it is in current times. But even with the switch, one cannot likely get by, and that's BY, buy. Okay, get serious, Kennedy. Um, yeah, so one cannot likely get by without wanting or needing something along the way. Layaway may not be a popular option or even exist anymore, but thankfully there are smarter options to employ if one must do some seasonal shopping or any shopping. But for the record, we're not shooting down the buy now, pay later option entirely, but we're just saying please use caution and do some research before grabbing something quick or clicking buy, as in BUY. Your bank account and peace of mind will thank you later. And that's it for this week's Apple Snack. But there's more where that came from. If you like what you heard this week, swing over to Spotify or Apple Podcasts and leave us a shining 5-star written review. Your support helps other listeners find us. We appreciate you. See you next time in the Retro Orchard.